Hi, in today's video, let us discuss how to enter purchase return along with VAT entries in Tally Prime. We know that Oman has implemented VAT and a 5% VAT is applicable on a group of supplies and services. The VAT rule says that there are two group of supplies, or when I talk about supplies, it include goods and services. So supplies are classified into two: taxable supplies and exempted supplies. Under taxable supplies, we have further two group of supplies. One is 5% VAT supplies and 0% VAT supplies. So we are going to create a company. It's a trading company trading electronic products, computers, mobile, and electronic products, and they are subject to 5% VAT. And we will see how to record a purchase transactions and how to record a purchase return transactions in Tally Prime. And we also will include the VAT details along with the purchase transactions and purchase return transactions. So first thing first, let us create a company. On your screen you will find a company creation screen. The company that we are going to create today, it's Mobile Traders LLC, and they are placed in Muscat. So the rules of the VAT rules of Sultanate of Oman will be applicable in this case. So you can find the books financial year begin from 1st January, and books also begin from 1st January. Save the company data. Once you complete the creation screen, press accept and then yes to save the data. Once the data is saved, Tally will take us to the features option where we can enable or disable features depending on our company's specification. For instance, in this company, in this case, we are going to enter item-wise entries, but we are not going to mention bill-wise details. So I create accounts with maintain inventory and integrate accounts with inventory. Also turn yes. Rest of the informations, rest of the features I'm not going to use in this section in accounting and inventory. In the taxation, we are going to enable value added tax. So I need to press yes to enable value added tax, and we need to write the VAT ID number, VAT IN, VAT identification number. It starts with OIM, then numbers. So basically VAT is VAT composed of 12 characters. So I just placed a dummy VAT ID number here. And registration date, for this question, let us assume that the company registered for VAT in 1st January 2025. And as I said, the company is subject to 5% VAT, taxable at 5%. So I enter the details of VAT as well. And then we can save the statutory taxation details. It's already, we have discussed this in one of the earlier videos, so that's the reason why I'm just not spending too much time explaining these topics. So once it is done, once we enable VAT, then press Ctrl A to save, and we are in gateway of Tally. Now purchase return transactions in Tally, that too we are going to create it item wise. So in order to create those accounts, let us create some accounts initially before we moving to the vouchers. So let us create a ledger, purchases. So since we are with 5% VAT, so I just create purchase at 5%, and it's under purchases account. And the system, since we have enabled VAT detail, the system is asking further details regarding the nature of transactions. And for this particular entry, let us assume that the company is going for domestic taxable purchases, and these domestic taxable purchases are taxed at 5% VAT. and the type of supplies are goods. We are talking about mobile phones here, so we will consider the type of supplies as goods. We can also have the facility if it is a service-based company. Instead of goods, you can turn it to services. So let us continue with this and save the data. Similarly, we have sales at 5%. In a later examples, we'll discuss about sale, but let me create sales as well here. Sales at 5%, and it's under sales account, and VAT type nature of transaction as we discussed earlier. The same thing applies here. We are talking about an Omani company which is transacting inside the country, so it's a domestic taxable supplies and applicable from 1st January 2025. 5% goods, type of supply is goods, not related to the services. So we enter these details, and yes, we submitted the details here. So when we purchase products, as per the VAT requirements, when we purchase product, the company pay VAT. The companies pay VAT to the supplier. We normally call it as an input VAT. So when the company purchase, we have to create input VAT, that also at 5%. Input VAT at 5%. And input VAT we create under duties and taxes. So the system, since we have the details, system is asking us to clarify whether it is VAT or other type of duty or tax. We mentioned here we are talking about VAT. And rounding method, you can use either downward, normal, upward. For in my case, I'm not selecting any of this, so I just say not applicable. Similar to input VAT, we also create output VAT at 5%, and under duties and taxes, and the VAT type of duty is VAT, and as we did before, rounding method is not applicable. So we have created necessary ledgers for the purpose of entering purchase and purchase return, sales and sales return. So let us assume that the company purchased a few mobile phone voucher to enter the transactions. And as you see the purchase voucher, when we open, normally it appears in three ways. If you on the right side, if you look at the change mode option, there are three modes. There are three list of modes or usages purchase voucher that we have here. Either it can be entered using item invoice, as an accounting invoice, or as a voucher. For a service-based organization, they may not have any items in purchase and sales, so they will use accounting invoices, or you can also use it as a voucher. For in our case, we are going to enter items. So let us enable the item mode of purchase voucher. The date, I'm not going to change the date. Let us assume that the date is on 1st January. The company purchased these products from Samsung Electronics. So Samsung Electronics, again, we need to create. We should have created that one earlier when we created the ledgers, but if that is not the case, if that is not done at that point of time, here as well, when you go into the particular voucher, we will also see the option to create ledgers. So let us create a ledger here, Samsung Electronics. And they are, since we purchase from them and we purchase from them on account, we can call them as sundry creditor, and they have regular, their VAT registration type is regular. And let us skip these details for time being. So now we go to our purchase screen, and the purchase ledger is purchases at 5%. As I said, let us take that the company purchased 5 Samsung S24 Ultra from Samsung Electronics. So we need to create an item here. The items are not yet created. So we should have done that when we created the other ledger account like purchases, purchase return, sales return, and all. There are options to create stock items under by clicking that create option. If you haven't done that one there, then there is an option we can create it from this screen itself, from the voucher screen itself. In order to do that one, just press Alt C. That is a create shortcut key for the create option. So you can see that stock item creation secondary. Under that, I'm going to create Samsung S24 Ultra, and that is, see, the company may be dealing with different type of products, electronic products, mobiles and telephones. So let us assume, and let us keep that this product is a mobile phone. So we create a group, stock group called mobile, and the question whether should the quantities of item be added, we said yes, and save this information. And the unit that we are talking about in this case is about numbers. For example, these products, mobile phone, we count by numbers: 1 mobile, 2 mobile, 3 mobiles. So the symbol is NO, and the formal name is number, and for decimal places are 0 in this case. So we can just save the information, and taxable at 5%, that also we entered. And then now we are going to accept this screen. Now, so once you complete all the information in the creation option, then just say accept yes. So we created Samsung S24 Ultra. The company purchased 5 mobile phones. They paid, let us assume that they paid 285 Real per mobile, and the total amount that they spent is 1,425. Now we don't have any other item. So what you do, if you are going to create another stock item, then you create the stock item from here. If you are done with the entry of all the stock item, then press enter again. So now you can see the total column. The line is before the total column, like in the sense you can find the total amount 1,425 after the line. So once you click one again, just press enter. Now you can see that the total column has been removed. So now you can enter the input VAT. For in our case of purchases, we enter input VAT. Input VAT is 5%. So the total VAT applicable for this transaction is 71 Real 250 paisa. So you can write the narration if you wish. Otherwise, you can continue and save the voucher. Just save the voucher, yes. So now you can see that the company has one stock item, Samsung Mobile S24 Ultra. If you want to see the VAT details, company input VAT and all, you can just go to the main screen, then click display more reports and VAT reports, and you can find the VAT return here. Only one transaction, that's a local purchase, and it's a taxable purchase at 5%, and the total VAT tax amount is 71 Real 250 paisa. So this talks about the how to enter purchase transactions in Tally. Now we are going to create a purchase return transaction. Assume that from this 5 mobile phone, the company has returned one of the mobile phone to Samsung Electronics due to quality control issues. How are we going to enter this transaction in Tally? This is what we are going to learn now. In order to enter that one, again go to your vouchers. So when purchase recorded in purchase voucher, the purchase return has to be recorded in debit note. But when you look at on the right side, the different voucher options that we have, you can find that there is contra voucher, payment voucher, receipt voucher, journal voucher, and sales voucher available in addition to the purchase voucher. But we can't see a debit note voucher. In order to see a debit note, just click on other vouchers, and from there you will find that there is debit note and credit note displayed here. So let us select debit note. So debit note, let us say that this transaction happened 2nd of January, and the company has returned the product to Samsung Electronics. So we select Samsung Electronics, and then you can continue entering the purchase voucher. Though it's a purchase return, so automatically the amount gets deducted, the number gets deducted from the total purchases. So the name of the item is Samsung S24 Ultra, and we have returned one stock item. So just click 1. Automatically the amount appearing while purchase, the price that we paid on purchases will appear here. And once you complete that, you also need to enter the input VAT to adjust the input VAT for this transaction. So in order to enter input VAT, just press enter again. And now you enter input VAT at 5%, 14 real 250 paisa. So now you can save this transaction, save the transaction by accept yes. So now you will find that the company has purchased initially 5 mobile phone. Later company have returned 1 mobile phone. Let us see the impact of this on the VAT returns. In order to view the VAT return again, go back to the main screen. There are 2 options available. You can just click on go to and then type the report name. Otherwise, just go to display more reports. Under display more report, select VAT reports, and under VAT reports, select VAT return. So now you will find that there are 2 transactions relevant included in the return. One is a purchase transaction and one is a purchase return transaction. We have seen earlier the company bought 5 mobile phone, and in the screen it says that 57 real is the total VAT, total tax amount on domestic purchases. That includes 5 initial purchases and minus one of this purchase return that the company made. So this is how we create a purchase return transaction. So just summarize what we discussed now. The purchase transactions entered in purchase voucher, and the purchase return transaction is recorded in debit note voucher in Tally Prime. In order to enable that one, in order to view the purchase return voucher or the debit note voucher, you need to go and click the more vouchers. From there you select the debit note voucher to record the transaction. Similarly, sales return has to be recorded in credit note voucher. We will see that one in a different video. I hope the discussion that we had today on purchase and purchase return is clear, and hope you understood the concept. Practice more number of exercises on these transactions, and in case if you have any queries, please feel free to put your comments so that I can respond to those queries and answer your queries. Thank you so much.